today's video, I'll be vlogging about exam week, which starts next week, and today's Saturday, so Monday basically. It's going to be a study vlog as I prepare for exams, and I need to explain something about our exams. So at my school, they had this rule that was implemented in 2020 because of COVID-19. It was the exemption rule. So basically, if you got 60% and above for your year mark, you didn't have to go and write exams. So this year we still have that rule because COVID restrictions were only lifted like earlier in the year, so exemption was still there. So they continued with exemption this year, but with a few rules now. So basically the rules is that for School of Medicine, I'm not sure about the other schools, but I know School of Science and Technology, the rules haven't changed. The same thing, that you just get 60% and above, then you get exempted. You don't have to write exempted, and whatever your year mark is stays like that. For School of Science and Technology, I'm not sure about School of Pharmacy. School of Pharmacy, from what I heard, is that they never had exemption. And then School of Dentistry, I'm not sure what's going on there. Then School of Health Sciences, I'm not sure. So I'm just going to speak on behalf of School of Medicine because that's the school I'm under. They implemented new rules or restrictions, and that is that the exemption mark is no longer 60%. They increased it to 65%. So you need to get 65% and above to get exempted. And then if you do get exempted and you don't write exams, then they're going to cut your mark or cap your mark to 65. So if you get exempted, you can choose to write exams. Then they'll implement that rule of like 60% year mark, 40% exam mark. Then you get your your mark like that for your final report mark basically. So with me, honestly guys, I'm tired. I'm choosing sparsely which exams I want to write. I'm basically exempted from all my exams, I believe, except I don't know about micro and psychology, because our year marks have not been released. But I feel like I've gotten exempted from psychology. Micro, I also think I did get exemption, but I haven't gotten my year mark yet. So we're most probably gonna get it Monday, because today's Saturday. Yeah. We're most probably gonna get it Monday. But either way, for me, because you can tell from your performance, like when you are writing, if whether you're gonna make it or not. I believe that I've gotten exempted for all of my modules. Yeah, so I don't have to write exams, but I wanted to write exams for I don't have to write exams except for poem. Poem was the only module that they forced us to write exams. Like, there's no exemption for poem because they said as long as it's a clinical module, then there's no exemption for it. We have to write exams, and poem is apparently a clinical module because we have blocks, so we have to write exams for it. I find this whole thing very stupid. They should not cut our marks, because for anapath and for poem we already wrote an accumulative test, which is basically like an exam where we wrote everything from the beginning of the year until like basically everything already. So you're gonna be writing 2 exams, which it's dumb, but anyway, it's fine. So those are the rules that they gave us. So I'm not going to write anapath and I'm not going to write micro, I believe. I'll see with my year mark, but I decided that I'm going to write psychology, pharmacology, and I have to write poem either way because it's not exempted. It's a clinical block. So yeah, I'll be writing 3 exams. I'll be starting next week Wednesday. I'm starting with pharmacology, and then I'll be writing poem on Friday. I'm very much stressed. I'm regretting signing up to write for pharmacology, honestly. Now that I'm studying, I'm like, why did I sign up? But I decided to write pharm because my year mark was 77%, and if I get a 60% on the exam, like basically if I don't perform that well on the exam, my year mark will still be above 65. So that kind of justified me wanting to write it. I was like, you know what, just write it, don't hurt you. So for my exams, I really don't have a plan of how I'm going to tackle studying for exams, because I had hope that they were going to fight this capping thing, and that we and that they wouldn't cap our marks to 65, and that our marks will represent our year marks on the report. But our chairperson, who's it, chairperson, what is it, yeah, chairperson of medicine, disappointed us. But it's fine, it's fine. He couldn't change that rule. So guys, now I honestly lost all motivation to write exams, because I was like, no, I'm just gonna get exempted and go home. But my way of studying, that I'll be studying for farm at least, is that I'm going to do past papers for farm, and then the questions or sections of the questions where I don't understand why the answer is that, I'll go back to my notes and read from my notes and understand, okay, oh, like recap, like the sections that I forgot. Sorry, so the sections that I forgot, that's the ones I'll recap and read through again. But basically, I'm just going to rely on past papers, do past papers, and then for poem, I'm going to study surgery and also study ops, because those ones, they're always asking difficult questions and a lot of different things. They never repeat questions. They always ask, oh, surgery and ops is something else. And then I'll study the tests that we wrote, like, yeah, the tests that we wrote for each other block, and then study the stuff for anemia, do past papers on the questions for anemia. I'm going to continue studying for my poem exam. I'm currently studying or revising the palliative care block, and I hope I'll finish that, and I'll study pharmacology later on today. It is now 5 o'clock and I took a break at 2. So basically what I've gotten done is that I've done test 1 and test 2 for pharmacology, like past papers, and then now I'm gonna read through the notes that I made when I was studying for test 2. I'm gonna read through that. I'm planning on finishing that by, it's 5, 9, yeah, I'm gonna take 4 hours. I'm studying in 4-hour intervals right now, so that's what I'm planning to do. And then I'm gonna study for my poem exam, and I'm going to study EBM, the EBM block, and just go through my notes for EBM. I finished my notes for, what did I do? palliative care. So palliative care is done, so that I'm also studying for poem that I'll be writing this Friday as well, and not just pharmacology. And yeah, basically that's my plan. Good morning, everyone. It is now 10 a.m. and I just ate breakfast and I made myself some tea because it's cold and it's been raining for the past 2 days, and I was doing laundry and it rained on my clothes, but it stopped for a while yesterday and I let my clothes dry a little, and then it started raining again, so I took my clothes down before it started raining. So now I have like wet clothes, if you see, like in my room, and my room is a mess because of that. But according to the weather, the rain is gonna stop around 5 p.m. and then it won't rain the whole night until tomorrow. So I'll probably hang up my clothes again later on and then just leave them. But either way, that's besides the point. I studied earlier on today at 6 a.m. until, not 6 a.m. man, from 4 until 8, and then I took a break obviously, and then now I'm studying again. So I'm done with most things. I have about 4 chapters left, and today's Tuesday and I'm writing tomorrow at 5 p.m. So I have today to finish that and then to try and review everything again, like all the question papers again, question paper from test 1, test 2 and test 3. I want to go through them again before I write, but we'll see. Last night I took a break like I said, and then I studied. Oh my gosh, this thing has been on the whole time. I had a video playing the whole time. I'm not going to reshoot this, I'm sorry. I took a break when I took a break, right? And then I started at 11 until midnight. Then I fell asleep and I woke up at 4 a.m. Then I studied EPM from 4 until 8. And then now I'm going to study farm and finish the last 4 chapters that I have. And this is basically the rubric. This is basically the rubric that they gave us that we need to study on. So these are the chapters that we're going to be writing on. These are the mark allocations. So I have bone disorders. Not really, no, I'm done with bone disorders. I have 3 chapters then. I have CVS, which is 9 marks, and endocrine and asthma left. So that's 9, 19, 17. Nah, you guys, I don't know maths. Nah. It's 10, 19, ne? That's going to make it 25 marks. These are 25 marks that I have to study for. I don't know why my thing is like a bit blurry, but yeah. So that's what I'm gonna study now until the whole day. Basically, I'm just going to be doing farm. Good morning, everyone. It is now the next day after I wrote farm. I majorly overslept. because I was supposed to wake up at 2 a.m. and it's now 6 a.m. and I just woke up, and I'm writing poem tomorrow, and I have so much work to go through because I was studying farm most of the time. So I'm very stressed because I only have today and writing tomorrow at 9 a.m. So I basically have today to get everything done, like a few hours. I'm very stressed. I still have to, for poem, what I have to get done now is I've done two blocks, so I have 4 more blocks to go, which include internal medicine, obstetrics, surgery, and consultation skills. And then I have to go through the lecture work that they taught us, which is anemia. And anemia, there's a lot of things. Anemia and like all the blood cancers, leukemia, all of those things. It's a lot. And then diabetes, and then neonatal disease, like childhood disease or something like that. And then genetics. Oh, and then I have clinical reasoning as well. And clinical reasoning were like these classes that we had every Thursday where they will give us a scenario, and then we'd have to like go through the scenario with the doctor and like discuss what disease can possibly cause whatever symptoms that the case study patient came with. So I have to go through all of those things, and they're like 14 of those things. I don't think I'm gonna go through all of them. And from the previous test that we wrote, the cumulative that we wrote earlier on, from that section they asked a lot about headaches, and during that test I just guessed most of the stuff. Like they were asking the symptoms of a cluster headache, like if it's a pain and it's continuing, what kind of headache is that. I tried to use basic knowledge. I don't even know if I got those things right, but I got a good mark, so I guess I did. I don't know, but anyway, I have that, and knowing the doctor who teaches that, who's basically in charge of that section, I don't think she's going to repeat questions. And I wanted to also tell you guys about yesterday's exam. It was fine. I aimed for 16 above and I got that, so I'm fine with that. But I feel sad a bit because I could have done better, because when I was writing the exam, some of the questions were from a previous paper that I saw, but I didn't have enough time to go through. And I was like, this paper, they won't ask it. Let me just leave it and focus on like the 2021 papers and leave the 2022 papers. And then they released, like, I think there were like 5 questions or so from the 2022 paper that I like skipped. And I remember skimming through those questions exactly, and I didn't do them. So I felt very bad. I was like, if I had done that other one, I would have gotten like 80 probably. But it's fine. This year, honestly, my main focus, because second year showed me flames, especially physiology showed me flames. So my aim for this year was to just get 60 and above. I wasn't really aiming for 80s because I was like, you know what? Yes, last year shook me up, so I lost some of my confidence about like my study capabilities and my study techniques, and I thought, I have to change things. And I did change things for this year, and they've worked out, and I've been doing well. I haven't been close to failing this year any of my subjects, so I'm happy with that. So I'm not really stressed about, I want to get my 80s and my 90s and don't. I'm fine. I've been getting like 70s. Sometimes I'll be getting 80s. Sometimes I'll be getting 90s. But my average is by 70 and above there. And then next year, that's when, because I have confidence again in myself, of my study capabilities and my cleverness, next year, that's when I'm going to be like, you know what? No. I've gotten the old Nomfundo back. Now we are aiming for our 80s again. So yeah, I don't know if I'm being optimistic because they said 4th year is a lot. But because they also said 3rd year is a lot, and I've been doing fine. Anyway, I'm talking too much. I need to start studying because I have a lot of things.
3 hours later.
Honestly, I'm not fine. I do not know what was happening in that exam. First of all, there was 160 questions. I'm very worried for myself because when I was calculating my mark there, like from the questions that I think that I don't know, I was getting 50. The amount of guessing I made, I'm very worried for myself. I'm very worried for myself, honestly. I just pray that I pass and I don't have to go for sub, because I think, I don't know if I'm being like extra or what, but I honestly feel like I didn't do well and I'm scared that I might write sub, but I'm not going to draw conclusions. I'm just gonna wait for the results to be released. At the beginning of the day was saying they're separating boys from the king, they're separating the boys from the men. She achieved it. That's why they were forcing us to go back and write poem and not have it like as an exempted module, because they wanted to make sure that they were filtering out what am I saying, that they were filtering us out, Joe. And now I'm a boy. After that exemption, now I'm a boy and they are filtering me out. And now, I don't even know what to do with myself. I don't know if I should cry. I don't know if I should scream. I don't know if I should laugh. I'm just like, at the end of the day, there's nothing that can happen. I was playing guessing games like a lotto there. Ooh. 160 questions. Things were like, okay, some block stuff. The only things that were easy, they were like block stuff for palliative care and internal medicine and not endocrine, ABM. Those were the only things that had like easy stuff in it. Everything else, every other chapter or section, I think they just pulled out the difficult questions. Maybe I didn't study enough. I don't know, guys. I studied, but maybe I didn't study enough. Let me not blame the paper. Maybe it's me. I'll just be waiting for the results now, and then I'll update you guys later on if I passed or if I have to write re-exam. I really hope I don't write re-exam. Like, I'm asking God to pull through for me. Oh, I can't even speak English. I'm so tired. Pull through for me, because there was another test in micro that we wrote and it was like this, like I had the same feeling like and then God pulled through and made me pass well. Not pass well, but I passed. So I'm hoping. So the rest of today I'm just gonna sleep and watch series, so I don't think I'm going to vlog that because it's kind of boring. I'm just gonna be in my bed the whole time until tomorrow and sleeping. So the next time you'll see me is when I update you about my marks, probably, or when I'm studying for my psychology exam. Hi everyone, it is Tuesday the 22nd and today's the day before my psychology exam, and I woke up a bit late. I woke up around 9. It's now 10 a.m. and I'm continuing my study for psychology. I'm not really that stressed that I woke up late. I've covered most of the work and I'm basically doing revision now. Psychology wasn't that bad this whole year, so I was able to study everything. So now I'm basically doing revision, and then there's just a few chapters that I'm studying for the first time. I'm going to study from now 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. and then I'll take a break and then study again, probably 4 p.m. until 8 a.m. then take about 1 hour break, and then 9 p.m. Did I say 8 a.m.? 8 p.m. and then 9 p.m. until midnight. So I'm writing tomorrow, but I'm only writing at 2 p.m. so I have a little extra time to study. So my plan is I'm doing a past paper from 2018, and I'm also gonna do a past paper from 2016, and then I'm gonna do the past test 2 past paper, and then so yeah, I want to do 3 past papers basically. The test 2 past paper, I've already done it. I just want to skim through it again to just refresh my mind about the content, and then I have a few slides that I have to study, like not study, like read through, and yeah, that's it. So I'm almost done with the 2018 one. I'm hoping by like 12 I'll be done with it and start with my 2016 one, and then finish that one 8 p.m. Yeah, finish that one 8 p.m. and then the slide things I'll just read as much as I can, but I'm basically focusing more on past papers so that because the past papers they ask case study questions, so in that way I'm applying my knowledge and not just reading through the slides and just thinking that I know stuff. The reason why I always do past papers is to apply my knowledge and see how they ask questions. So far they're not that tricky, the questions that they ask in the other past papers, so I'm assuming that the exam won't be that bad as well, but we will see. I just woke up, it's 5:30 now. So I slept at 2 a.m. and I woke up now at 5:30, and I'm just gonna continue studying. I finished the 2 past papers that I wanted to finish, and then now I'm reading some slides for like revision. Those stuff. So there's a whole table of that, so I just want to revise that quickly, and then I'm gonna start another past paper, and then I'll eat breakfast and then bath and then start studying again. I'm gonna take the 12 p.m. bus to campus because I'm writing at 2 p.m. until 4 p.m. So I'm done studying. I am now going to go catch the bus. I feel ready because I did everything that I wanted to do, like read through and study everything that I wanted to study and needed to study for this exam. So I'm feeling confident-ish. I'm just worried that they might pull a poem and it goes wrong. So let's hope they don't pull a poem and the exam will go well. So I'll talk to you guys later on when I'm on campus.